Hey everyone, welcome to the Life Happens podcast. My name is Rabia or Grace, whatever you want to call me. As you guys know, the Life Happens podcast is a podcast where we take everyday practical things, spiritual things to create this beautiful balance that you see, and that's who all of us are. Y'all, the topic today is why do relationships fail? And my thing is this, do relationships really fail or do they end? And how do we determine what it means for a relationship to fail or to end, right? Y'all, before we get into the topic, how you doing? Y'all seem very dry tonight. Everybody's tired. Yeah.
I'm not tired.
Me neither.
Hey, maybe I'm talking about myself because I'm kind of sleepy today. And I have my grape juice, my white grape juice. Juice.
Give you a little boost.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Maybe I shouldn't be drinking all this grape juice, but you know. So I got some exciting news since you don't want to talk about your business. I came home today, y'all, and I have this huge box from Canada from my girlfriend that sent me some South African snacks. I got cookies, I got spices, I got candies, y'all. Let me show you on Instagram. I got Astros. These are the best candy you ever taste in your life because it's not, honey. That beef jerky took me right back to that shit is dry and hard, but as you chew, it just gets better and better. The kids like the beef jerky though, but you know, shocking, but they like it a lot. So what you guys been up to, Tonya? Let's start with you.
Just working and trying to get some things done, but mostly working.
What about you, Felicia?
Well, this weekend was a good weekend. I got to hang out with my family.
Okay.
My husband's birthday was yesterday. We hung out with him yesterday.
Aww.
So we're just doing fun stuff all this week, it feels like. And then next Monday, we're off work. So I'm excited about that. So, yeah, it's been good. Juneteenth.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we don't have that one.
Yeah.
What about you, Kim? You haven't been on for a minute.
I know. I just got back from summer camp with the youth, which was amazing. Awesome worship, just an awesome time of being with the Lord. You really should, if you ever get a chance to see God through a teenager's eyes, it's pretty amazing. Which is really great. All weekend did that. Well, most of the week. And then this past weekend, I got to, hang out with my family, which was really great. Some I haven't seen in a while. So it was really great just to touch base and just hug everybody and talk to everybody and just laugh. It was just such a great time.
Seeing me was a highlight.
Huh? What'd you say?
Seeing me was the highlight.
Yeah, seeing Felicia was the highlight. Yeah. Seeing her was the highlight, of course. I don't get to see her every week. So, yeah. But it was great just seeing everybody and just reconnecting, seeing my aunts and my uncle. It was just really great. It's really great when you get a chance to see some of the elders in your family. When you don't get to see them as much. I mean, you get to chit chat with them, when you get to text them and stuff like that. But actually being with them and seeing them and talking.
And it's not a funeral.
And it's not a funeral. I feel like that's something we should treasure more often, So I really enjoyed it. I can't wait for the next time we do it. It's going to be great. Everything was awesome except for the flies.
Oh my God, yeah.
It was too many flies.
Oh God.
They're bad.
Did you feel
Way too many.
Flies can pick your ass up and set you down? I hate flies.
I don't. And they're bold. They don't care. They don't care. You doing this, they like. ducking and
And
diving.
the food was so good. It just was the dang gone flies. Like,
No. Oh my God, y'all. I don't eat brisket because the most times when I have brisket, it's very chewy, like I'm eating beef jerky. And I'm
Probably
like,
because it wasn't cooked right.
and
That's why.
I bite into it. I'm like chewing for 30 minutes. It's like, oh yeah, that's a good brisket. No, y'all. I had the best brisket I've ever had in my life. It was so good. I just like it melted in your mouth. And it
Yes.
was so seasoned and good. I just want to say that Felicia's husband can cook. Okay.
Felicia,
That dude can grill for real. For
want-
real.
you know he can hear you, don't you? And he's
No.
smiling so hard.
Is he really? Can you hear me? I ain't know you did it. Y'all.
Yes,
he
like
can-
a cat, like a
he can-
chess cat, as the old people used to say.
Y'all, he can grill. I ain't lying.
I hope you all got those red cups because CJ said we need to get our red cups, as you can tell.
Tell CJ, let go of the red cup, dude. No, keep the red cup. You're interesting with the red cup. CJ,
He's
keep
young.
it.
We drink out of glasses now. He's
Yeah.
young though. He's young. He's young. We're gonna let him have it.
CJ said you don't eat, huh? Kim, you ain't had the right one yet.
Ooh.
Before Felicia's husband's brisket, you weren't eating them. Because when you said chewy, I'm like, whoever cooked it, he or she was.
I don't eat brisket. That was the best brisket I ever had. I'm not lying. It's so good. It was so good.
I mean,
Is there any leftovers?
No.
No.
hey guys, let's
But
get
again,
into.
it was the flies. Like
You know
when
what?
our family gets together, they throw down.
In Africa, we have those big ass flies. You ever see those commercials when the fly lands on the baby's face, and you feel so sorry
No.
one tear? Those flies will pick your ass up and set you over. Okay,
What?
The
How did they
big
go
horse
for those?
flies, huh?
they just and they have disrespect. Like when I go home, I feel very violated because it's ridiculous. You know, over there, they don't put like eggs in the fridge. Eggs stay outside the fridge. There's a lot of the butters. I'm like, and then these damn flies. And when they throw meat, they throw it outside. Okay, and then you have a risk of monkeys coming taking your shit.
Monkeys.
Yeah.
Not people monkeys, the real ones, the ones.
The real monkeys come take this.
I'm
Wow.
like, and they walks and they fights. Like I can't. I'm like, I am, but I've been in America too damn long. Too much. Okay, y'all. Let's get into the topics. Why do relationships fail? Who would like to start first? Kim would like to hear your point of view before you watch this. Why do relationships fail? I don't like to say fail. Well, we'll get into that later. But why do relationships fail?
I'll start off. I think my experience and my, just talking with my girlfriends and my guy friends that have failed relationships, it has to do with communication. I always say that's key. And I think communication is the biggest reason why relationships fail. You don't hear that person doesn't hear you, and it just kind of goes downhill. You don't actually hear what that person is saying that they need, what they need, how they're feeling. And so the communication is just, it's not there. So I think that's the main reason why. If we stop talking and just actually listen to a person, they'll tell us exactly what they need and what it is that they're struggling with if you take the time to just sit and listen.
But especially with men, because a lot of men don't show their emotions because no one told them that it was okay, or basically modeled it for them, right? So a lot of times you have to really, really listen, and they will tell you. But you know what? We don't listen to understand. Sometimes we listen to respond. That's not all of us. I mean, us older women, maybe we do things a little differently. But well, I'm not. This is old fools. But we need to be listening more. But I need to read this comment because this is one, okay? He just says you've got some mutated flies or some shit. Because hell no, baby, they will pick your 6'4" ass up. He said, you mean monkeys or niggas? I'm watching you guys. No, I mean real life monkeys. I mean monkeys. Them small little monkeys that will box you and steal your food. Baby. And they got rabies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't. Keisha says that would be wonderful. There was a man on here to give his point of view as well. Yeah, today we decided to just be us ladies because we're tired of these men taking over. Okay, sorry guys, I'm just kidding. Facebook user says, "What's up, Pharaoh? We don't know who you are, so could you all got a lady?"
Hey, friend.
Okay, Kim, I agree with what you're saying. Communication is key.
Very much so.
Communication is. I know that's a worn out statement that communication is key, and it's probably been said too many times, whatever, but it is the truth. It is the truth. And you
No,
talk to people and they're going outside their marriage, they're doing all these things. They say that it's money, they say that it's this and that, but I believe that communication somewhere the line got cut, you know? And then I find out with older people who I know, they stopped communicating. So for them, when the children grew up and moved out of the home, their marriage ended because there was no communication. There was nothing there besides the kids, and they were just waiting for that moment for them to go off to college or for them to get married or for them to leave to say, you know what, I don't even talk to you.
Wow.
We're in separate bedrooms. I
Right.
don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to pretend anymore because communication got lost a long time ago. And then they
I,
were just going through the motions. Hey, Dan. And then they were just going through the motions.
Yeah.
I just like to say something. My son is coming to the kitchen trying to take my South African snacks, and my thing that is to my American children. Y'all don't know what this shit's about. You can
They
taste
want to experience it, Grace.
No, they can experience it, which is fine. But you're eating all my shit though. Like what you know?
But not my snack.
No, and then
That's why you hide them in your bedroom. You didn't learn that a long time ago?
I have to share now. I have to share the wealth, which I'm going to share. But I told him after I'm done with the podcast, I will give you some candy. But stop walking up and down because I'm not gonna give you shit now. Like you're making me see you.
Like they're little kids. He's like big
Aw.
17. He said, I will give you your amount.
Right. I mean, I gave him a whole bag of beef jerky. He ate it all already. But anyway, I agree with you 100%, Kim. But anyway, what do you guys think, Felicia and Tonya?
I believe the same. Definitely communication. I think ego and pride as well. You know, because I know that, you know, I guess when you are choosing that person, you got to pick the person's who personality you can mesh with. Because if you pick the person that you can't mesh with, then you are always, you know, going back and forth. But usually, ego will kill a lot of stuff because, you know, I'm stubborn too, and you're wrong, I'm wrong, or we're both wrong, but we're not going to admit we're wrong. So we're just going to say, because it just nowadays we don't take relationships serious anymore, you know?
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I can see that. What about you, Felicia?
I just think people grow at different speeds, and some grow
Right.
faster than others. What may have been a good 20-year-old relationship for you is no longer serves you at 30.
That's
You know,
true.
you've changed, not and change is not always bad on either part, because you know that person can stay the same and you can change, and it's like your wants and your needs are different, and it just doesn't work. You know, I think sometimes it just doesn't work because y'all are at two different places. You know,
Right.
at one point y'all may have been on the same page, but throughout that, like Kim said, like the communication, your kids got older and maybe y'all don't have anything else to talk about. You know, maybe you don't want to do anything. You don't want to travel. Like your partner wants to travel, your partner wants to you don't want to do those things. So I think a lot of the time we get off the same page. We're not on the same page anymore. So that makes, you know.
Yes, I agree. CJ has a very valid point, Felicia, and it relates to what you're saying. He says, "I'm with Felicia. Some people are just at different rates of speed, but also with the relationship, you realize what you don't and do like. So it's very important to date before you settle in a one-on-one person. Listen, y'all,
So
this is so interesting. We're doing this topic today because I'm going to share. I'm going to be a little transparent. Okay. So today I'm on Facebook, and there's a guy that I was interested in last year. Well, I've known him for a while. I met him on Facebook, okay? And I always thought he was attractive, but he just seemed like he had a lot going on. And so I slid into his DM one time, right? Okay. Yes, I slid into his DM. Oh, I did. And then I was like, I don't know about him anymore. But I realized today, as I was watching one of his videos, because he was talking about he gained 25 pounds and he's juicing all that shit. And I realized from last year to this year, I've changed. I'm still trying to figure out what I want because, you know, again, married for 20 years, that ended. Okay. Then I came into singleness, but I never enjoyed my singleness because as an African woman with children, I was told that I had to be married. So then you're looking around, every person you meet, you're thinking, well, maybe this is a potential husband, right? So as I watched this man's video today, I realized, sis, you're still figuring it out what you want at the age that I am, right? And I'm enjoying, like I'm content being single. And it really hit me that I'm so content, right? Because if I got into, and Kim, you know some of my history because there are people that I was telling you I was dating, you were like, hell no, don't do that. Kim, about Kim. Kim is the most blunt person ever.
Yes,
Too with it sometimes, but she's a good because she's always telling me, no, Rabia. And did I listen? No. And I no, because she could see things I couldn't see because again, she knows me, right? I wasn't ready, guys. I'm in a better place, like close to where whatever it is, but I am so content just being where I am and dating and trying to figure it out. Otherwise, those relationships that I would have entered would have not worked out.
Yeah.
Because I got tired of him. Because I realized what I need is somebody that's my age, but is young hearted. Not an old ass man that acts old. That's one, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm sure you're wonderful and you're lovely, but like I'm trying to realize what I want. I want somebody that's young and hot because I'm kind of young, even though I'm not young. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's my soapbox moment. But let's see what CJ gonna take. She said she talking about my uncle, y'all. We don't know your uncle, CJ. So I want somebody. Basically, what I'm saying is that I want somebody my age, but somebody that's young and hot, not somebody that acts like they're 75 when you 40 something. Somebody that's active and works out and I can go hiking with or do stuff like that. Because those things now are requirements for me. Where before it was like, that's okay, I'll do that. Because in my marriage it was very divided. I don't want that anymore. We don't have to do everything the same, but there has to be more commonality than differences.
Right. Like just like even when they're saying like y'all get up and go work out together, to me that is like the most attractive thing in the world. Like, yes, let's go.
Let's go.
Right. And
or even just take a walk together. That's nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Somebody on Instagram says it's not an age thing, it's just a common sense and acting like a man. Yeah, that's true too. But I'm noticing, y'all, men my age do not take care of themselves. And I'm like, I'm an ex-fatty, okay? I lost weight and I've been maintaining my weight. So I want somebody that cares about themselves. Because you cannot come at 300-400 pounds.
Yes, no.
Maybe, I'm sure you're a lovely man. I'm so
yeah.
But where I am right now, obviously, if you meet somebody, then they gain weight. That's different now, right? No, I don't want a younger man. But anyway,
yeah.
And I don't know CJ's uncle, yo. He's talking trash. But anyway, let's play the video. Are you ready?
Let me share this with y'all. A lot of people believe the number one reason for relationships failing be infidelity and money. But truth be told, number one reason for failed relationships is because we pick wrong. A lot of us lack the social experience in healthy relationships. We lack the knowledge and the understanding for how to pick a person that's compatible with us. Half of this is knowing yourself, and then the other half is knowing what to look for in the other person when y'all first start dating. We got to start being more real about this shit. A lot of us got to be honest that I haven't spent enough time getting to know me and understanding what I like, what I dislike, what I will tolerate, what I won't. There is a good majority of people that what we say out of our mouth about our self-confidence and self-esteem does not match what we put up with, what we tolerate, what we sit in, what we involve ourselves in, what we talk about, how our life looks.
She said a lot.
Yeah.
I felt attacked. Okay, I know,
And
I
that's
know.
just
I'm gonna
not
be
in
better next year.
relationships. That's in friendships too. A lot of what she said
Yes,
hit
it
me
is.
with friendships. Like, you're right. What we say
From each
about our
other.
friends and the kind of friends we want, and then the type of stuff we put up with doesn't match what we really need in a friend. Yeah. It goes for most all
Yes.
relationships.
All relationships.
And I want to make clear to our audience, when we talk about relationships, it's not just romantic, because what we're talking about can cover all types of relationships, parental, platonic, whatever. And even
Professional.
when I make my TikTok, I'm not thinking about a man like I'm addressing.
Right.
I'm talking about
Right.
relationships where I dishonored myself, even in friendships, I didn't speak up. And to me, you
Right.
don't speak up, you dishonor yourself. Like you're like, oh, I don't want to cause issues. Oh, I don't want to say anything because how will they feel? Fuck how they feel. Because I'm carrying your shit and my shit. I'm not doing that. I used to, even with family members. Like I have a family member right now that stopped talking to me, and we work together. What do I give a fuck? No. Why? Because you struggling, sir. You walking around like a woman with your. You don't need to start with this shit. But anyway,
So what do we tell young girls? Do we tell them, hey guys, make a list what you will and what you won't tolerate? You know what I'm saying? Like
um,
make a list and stick to it. You know what I'm saying? Like what is it that you desire? What is it that you want? And then write down what you will and won't tolerate. And when
there's
that person starts to do that certain thing, then it's like, okay, you've already, I can X you out because you already, I'm not tolerating that in a relationship.
Right. But you also like one thing that I do often tell my girls is to date themselves.
that's
Do
true.
things that you enjoy.
Yeah.
If somebody asks you, well, what do you like to do? And you say the movies, that's not that's to me, that's like a cop-out answer. That's not a real answer. What do you enjoy? Like, what do you do? What is your thing that you do? It could be watching movies, but there are other things. You should have other things as well, because everybody watches movies. Like, I like listening to records. I love flowers. I've always loved flowers, but it's just different. We're not one dimensional. Be more than just a one dimensional woman. Like, I like movies and I like to go out to eat. Like, really. So I think it is just a matter of you learning yourself.
You
I
know,
I
I
always tell people I
always,
like to sleep and eat. That's it.
people always say you should never date yourself. You should date the opposite of who you are because you'll get bored if you date yourself. Have you ever
okay.
heard
If
Really?
you're boring, I think I'm exciting.
that? She said, I think you're boring.
I think I'm very exciting.
So CJ said the video we watched, she did a lot of talking, about to go to her page to see if she's allowed to be talking on it. Oh, what you mean? Felicia, LOL, he said he enjoys going to the movies, so let the man go to the movies. Men are very simple, we're not complicated creatures.
Y'all are easy. Like if we would just sit back and listen, y'all are the easiest thing in the world.
Sometimes depends on the man.
I didn't say
They're not.
I know, but I don't want to say to a man, "What do you like?" And he says, "What do you like?" And I'm like, "Well, I like a really good book. Me too. What else do you like? I like a movie. Me too." It's like, okay, do you have any other interests besides what I like?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to say this. You know what I like the most about men that I'm going on dates with? I like it when they send me the location to meet them at, right?
Wow.
yes.
Now,
Plan it,
okay,
please.
what I like, what I think is attractive. So they'll say, "Well, it looks like you live an hour away from me." They don't know my address. It's not the area. Because first of all, ain't nobody picking me up. You're not, right?
Right.
And then they're like, "Okay, meet me here." That gives me the opportunity to say, "I ain't going to that place. I guess that's not for me, whatever." And then I'll meet. No, girl, because that's honest. So you send me the location, and this is where we're gonna meet. So you think this place is okay? Blah blah blah. Now, when I first go, I don't talk about my non-negotiables immediately because I want to see if you're gonna make it first round one. Because I've been on dates when I thought I will never see this ninja again in my life. After about 5, y'all. That's why I don't really like to go on dates first. I like to go on for coffee. And some women disagree with that, saying that, oh, that's so cheap. And because do you know what it feels like to sit through a fucking 3 hour or even a 30 minutes? Oh,
Look, I done learned the art. You know what I do? Lunch dates. We got 1 hour. Okay. You gotta come because I'm working downtown. We got 1 hour, but I gotta leave at the 40 so I can walk back. So
Mhm.
if it does go bad, oh, I gotta go. I got a client meeting. I gotta go. Like lunch dates.
Being how things have changed, guys used to pick up girls at home,
That's
pick
complicated.
me up for a
Mm.
date, right?
No, I did that one time and I learned very quickly why I didn't do that. Like,
Do what?
let them pick me up.
Oh no, I'll never let a man pick me up. Nope.
No, first, because then now you have to wait for them to be ready to drop you off. That's
Right.
number one.
First,
Number
that's
two,
true. Yep.
number two, when you start talking to them, they like to show up because you ain't answer. They want to check on you.
Oh no, no.
Yeah, you don't want them
No.
to know where you live because you don't know how it's gonna turn out.
I get
Well,
it.
how's
No.
that complicated? Okay, so I'm reading some comments on Instagram. King says they don't know what they want. Then somebody else says, I see she complicated. Then somebody else says, like, I'm not complicated. I've just lived life enough to see the bullshit. And you're not going to waste my time. You can waste your memory or your pappy's time, but you're not wasting my time. Mm-mm. But honestly, there's not rules and requirements. I have requirements, but I don't have rules. So I do have requirements. Okay, let me read some comments. CJ says, laughing my ass off, no cap, depends on my intentions. But whatever you like, I'm gonna like it too. If you like books, damn it, I'm about to lie and say yeah.
Name one.
What's the last book you read?
I know, right?
Name one.
I like brunch dates because of the mimosas. Like the mimosas can have you very lit. Y'all. I have to be so careful because I'm a lightweight.
No, I'm not.
CJ says, don't ever drive with me because I got the damn charge and I'll definitely be drifting while I drive.
That's another reason
Well,
too.
somebody
I'll
on
have
Instagram says, if you know the man, why can't he pick you up? Everybody's not killers. No, if I know you,
Right,
that's
that's
different.
different.
I'm talking about on first dates, pick me up. I don't know you.
If I met you out, if you met him off a dating website or something,
Yeah, that's
You know what?
unacceptable.
I've learned too. You got to give them 3 or 4 interactions because sometimes they don't show you crazy. Whoa,
yeah.
Yeah, that's true too.
Right.
And don't go to their houses. Oh my God. I could tell you a story.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
I'll put that on my profile. No, I do not want to come to your house, and no, I do not want to have a buddy. Like, no, that's what I want.
Hmm.
I think most people are afraid of the truth. It's like the truth is so freeing, even in
That's so
friendships
true.
and situationships, all that the truth is always so freeing. I
Mhm.
I had an incident this past week with a girlfriend of mine. She was like, "Oh, let's go to the concert, it's let me see how much the tickets are." And I was like, "Cool, great." And she said the tickets are $148. And I was like, for these people, I don't know. Then she said the tickets are $200. And I was like, girl, this concert is on a Thursday at 7 o'clock with 8 acts. No. And she said, you know what? I didn't want to say anything because I was so far in. She felt like the pressure of not, I brought this up and I told her, let's go here. And I don't want to be the one to say, well, you know what? I don't want to do it, anymore. And I was just being honest, like, no, $200, 7 o'clock on a Thursday night. And I got to go to work on Friday with 8 acts. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And she was like, you're right, and she kind of was relieved, but that's how we are in relationships. If a man tells you, hey, I just want to have a situationship, and if that's what you want, that honestly can be relieving for both of you. But it's like
Yeah.
we've gotten so caught up in, like CJ said, if she likes to read books, I like to read books too. It's like all this
Right.
agreeing, it's like sometimes we just need to be ourselves and just be honest,
Let's be honest.
I gotta read this comments on Instagram.
Mhm.
So a guy called Dom Millions, he said, maybe you're not worth the dates. I want to address that. Maybe I'm not worth the dates. And that's fine, because maybe you're not worth me going out with.
So why waste each other's time?
So some people don't like
Exactly.
coffee. You may not like evaporated milk. I do. It doesn't hurt my feelings. That's just assortment. Next. I mean, because the inbox ain't dry. And then someone else says, bro, you see how fine she is, so she's so worth it. Then he says again, What happened to walking by the water, enjoying each other's conversation, and seeing if you vibe? I'm good with that. I'm not saying you got to
For
take me
real.
to like this expensive restaurant, but when I meet you by the water, baby, we're gonna be in a public place with lots of people. 'Cause make me a nice time. And this
For real. At
Exactly.
We're
least
gonna
the
say
first time. Like,
I bought you a
come
ticket to London so we can walk near the Thames River. And you're like,
I don't know you like that.
my
But see, and that's another thing. You're assuming like she's not worth the date or whatever. Who said I wasn't gonna pay for myself, or who said I wouldn't pick up the bill? It's fucking lunch.
experience.
Why are you wasting your time? If I'm not worth the
Yeah.
date, why are you wasting your time?
Yeah.
With me?
yeah.
I'm worth something, you know. If you just want to sleep with me, I'm worth that.
I'm with that. Yeah,
So why are
exactly.
you wasting your time if you
Right.
already know that I'm not worth the date?
The guy
Hey,
is
and I'm gonna say some of my best dates were like those little walks around the park because you can talk and get to know each other.
no,
But I'm
but
not fixing to do that with just anybody either, because that's a long, that's an hour, 2 hours. We need to hurry up. And
Nah, I need you to pay for something. But that's like with anything in life for me, it's like I want that person to want me. If they see me and they be like, no, this is not what it is, I'm okay with that. Because I want somebody to worship the ground I walk on. I don't want nobody that has reservations or and maybe we can get it to work. Maybe I'll fall in love with her later. Maybe, no, you don't like me. I'm good. I'm really happy.
we have a very good question on Instagram. King asked, let me ask you something. Do looks matter if a man
Yeah,
is complete at all and got all what you want?
they
So
matter.
looks matter.
Yes.
Yes, because
Yes.
looks do matter because men are visual. You ain't gonna want to date me if you don't think I'm cute or whatever. I mean, let's be real. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, but that's subjective. What I may think is a gorgeous man, you may not think is a gorgeous
Thank you.
man. It's very subjective.
Exactly.
Yep.
But you want somebody to be attracted, even as a man, you want a woman to be attracted to you. I personally don't need a chiseled model type guy. I don't need all that, but I don't want to look at him and be like, damn, that's just
Right.
opinion.
Facial expression, yo. She's the Oh, CJ got something for you, Tonya. You said, Tonya, you ain't picking up no damn meal. Ella.
I had to. I will though. You better ask about me.
But people
Let me really like you.
girls
Watch what
will pick
happens.
guys. Girls will pick guys only if they think their friends think they're cute.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't have friends
Like
that.
my friends have to think that he looks good too before I date him.
No.
I thought that was a guy thing. That guys thought had their friends had that you have to
Or
look good
guys,
to them.
yeah.
No, I'm gonna tell you what though. I like intelligence and I like conversation.
Yes.
So once I talk to you and I can hear that and and I'm like, oh, okay, I'd like to sometimes people are not like you said, chiseled or whatever, but their conversation and the intelligence and the self-awareness, all of those stuff makes them attractive. Because I
Yeah.
like you first before then you become attractive to me. Now there's certain criteria, guys, I'm not gonna go for now, to be honest. But there's some things I don't have to like. My friend told me one time, she said, you gotta decide if there's some things you can live with. If I can live with some things, okay, cool. I got some comments here. Dom says, when you live a long time, you look for other things in a woman. I had a lot of beautiful women, but their beauty don't match what their mouth say.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, that's very true. And then King says,
Very true.
do you like fat guys? Would you talk to a younger guy who got himself together with looks and all? I would talk to somebody that I gelled with and that met the criteria or the requirements that I have. Yes. But now how young? Because I don't be looking at this Negro and say, damn, I'm 13 years older than him.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Like, and I have kids, right? So I got to think about I have to consider a lot of shit. But you know what? I'm not going to.
But fat is subjective too. Like what I may consider fat, you may consider, that's not going to be.
A little something.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm good with that.
It's all subjective. I mean, it's all subjective what you like. Like some men say, "Oh, she fat," and some men say she thick. It's just
exactly.
what
CJ,
what you feel.
look at the CJ. I swear to God, he says.
What did he say?
Only I swear to God, I'll be putting in bare minimal effort, but because I look somewhat decent, I can slide by. He's right though. They are, but there are young girls that are putting up with CJ shit. Because at the age that we are, baby, we got mortgages and shit to pay.
Yeah.
Okay, and we pay by ourselves. That's the thing. People think that you want to date someone because you want them to pay your mortgage. To me, when you allow a man to do that, then he thinks he owns you. No, I got my shit together myself. I don't need you to do that for me. But I will.
Wait. They can do it. They can do it for me. But trust and believe, I could do it for myself. I'm gonna let you do it if you gonna do it.
I can't do
If
it.
you want to, if you want to do it, I'm not gonna stop you.
I'm not gonna stop you. But don't think that I can't, that I need, that I'm in a situation where I'll be under your control if you do it. That
right there don't work. Right.
No.
Okay, I gotta read this comment. King says, just admit women love young meat.
It says a woman what?
He said, just admit that women love young meat.
Hey.
It is what it is now.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And someone else said, I bet they hate Kevin Samuel. I didn't hate Kevin Samuel. He said a lot of stuff that was.
He said a lot of facts.
I like him.
You know what? He said what it's hard for some people to hear.
Yeah. I liked him because he's the reason I hold self accountability now. Like I'm like, oh, maybe it was me.
But you know what? Women that went on his show knew for a fact he was gonna fuck their asses up. Don't play.
Yeah.
You're gonna be humble, sis.
Yeah, I need someone to help me sometimes.
If you have taken the time to figure out how to contact this man, you already know what he about. So exactly. You need to be able to say your dress size and your weight and your age. If you're not gonna share that information, you know he's gonna rip you to pieces.
And how many baby daddies you got? That's also another thing he wants.
Yep.
So I was young.
But someone on Instagram said that Kevin Samuel was cool and mean. His delivery was bad, but he said a lot of profound stuff that could help a lot of women if you could look past all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Wait, let's answer this question. Dom says, you're very beautiful. Let me ask, why are you single? I'm single because I was married for 20 years and I've been divorced for 5 and I'm not in a hurry. That's why I'm single. Do I have people trying to? Yes. But I'm not in a hurry to just jump to the next. Man, please. 20 years is a long time.
Yes.
So you are very careful with the next person that you are going to end up with. Because I'm not just going to settle. I'm not.
Right.
So, CJ says, laughing my ass off, bro. Who is that on IG talking crazy like that? Don't worry about it. The lady in the video, y'all, she said many profound things. What I heard when she was talking, she talks a lot about mental health without saying mental health, really. She talks about, tell them what, CJ? Tell them, Grace.
Why you?
She talks about a lot of self-work, right?
Right.
What else? Why we pick the wrong people?
What? Yeah, picking the wrong person.
Right. If you think about when you got out of a relationship or you were in a space where you're really, I'll talk about myself when I was really hurt. The first few years, I was attracting people like my ex. I had to say, okay, wait a minute, what is wrong with me? I didn't look at the guys and say, well, you're a narcissist. No, why am I attracting narcissists? What is broken inside of me, or what needs to be fixed? I believe, y'all, that relationships don't fail; they end. A relationship is only a failure if you don't learn from it. Think about it. Think about it for a moment. You have to learn what to do, what not to do, how to do it, what to do more of. If you don't, you have failed. But in anything, because the next person you go to, you're gonna do the same shit. Because I know, y'all, I can honestly say, I can tell you what I contributed to my marriage ending. Because I know, because I became an expert on myself, and people don't take the time to become experts on themselves. Jump from one person to the next to get that full, you know. We really got to just chill the fuck out and say, okay, Rabia, or whoever you are, what do I need to fix about myself? Well, we don't take the time to do that. A friend of mine told me, you know what, Rabia, if you want to have sex, have sex. Don't just jump into a relationship. And then he said you can repent afterwards. Because a lot of Christian people will marry quickly because they don't want to sin. I was like, I'm not doing that. So.
But I think some marriages do fail.
I do
And when I
too.
say fail, I don't mean in a bad way. I just think that like something traumatic may happen and it may not even have anything to do. I do agree 100% that when you say you have to learn from whatever mistakes you made in that situation. But I think there are certain things that I would consider a failure. Not like, I think failure is not the right word, but I think that marriages can fail because I know when people cheat and then you like leave them, it's a point of, I don't want to say failure, but it brings it to a point to an end really fast. Like there are certain situations where y'all can work things out or whatever, whatever. And then there's some things that like Kim talked about or you're definitely knows. Like he got a woman pregnant on me or he
Oh
did
yeah.
it comes to an abrupt end. You know what I mean? Like it's not I don't know, I guess failure is the word. It failed because of that situation, but you also can learn from it.
I agree. I
I
think
think you can say failure. I think you can say because there's failure, and the opposite of that is success, right? So I think you can say failure because a marriage can fail. It can. You could be rocking along, and then I don't know. My friend, her and her husband, they lost a child. Well,
Mm,
they tried after the child was lost, but it failed. They could not get past it together.
right.
They each went their separate way in their own grief, and the marriage ended.
Right. Oh yeah.
So, I
but
mean,
see now, guys, there's such a negative around relationships ending. Like it's so shame inducing when I want to listen. Like I can tell you how much I heard from my family of when my marriage ended. And I don't like to say it ended. And they were like, first of all, the way we were raised, you don't tell people what's going on in the house. So I didn't tell them what was going on in the house, right? Kind of like kept it to myself. Because let's be honest, in marriages you have arguments. So if I marriage my man today and I go tell my brother whatever, they're gonna hate him forever. So you just shut the hell up. You endure, right? You just endure.
Right.
Um, but there was a lot of shame behind it. And I was thinking today when I was getting ready for the show, like, do I have regrets about my marriage ending? I don't. I have no regrets. And I think that's one of the things that we have to know that when something ends, can I live with this ending?
Mm-hmm.
Am I okay with it ending?
Right.
Honestly don't feel like my relationship failed. Now, it could have failed on his part because the way his language still is, there's no change. You know, he's still doing the same shit he was doing when married him. Now he has cirrhosis of the liver. So he's not, nothing
Mhm.
has changed. So now, on his part, to me, I don't feel like my marriage failed. It ended because I
Yeah,
learned from it.
I can get that ending.
Yeah.
Marriages end. They do. They can. Relationships end. I get that. I
You
get that.
outgrow or whatever. And the worst thing, y'all, is when you unequally
your
yoked.
marriage failed.
No,
It did end, but
no,
it was not a successful marriage.
it was not. But because I learned
But
something
there's
from.
nothing wrong with it failing. And I think that's where it's getting kind of messed up. There's nothing wrong with it failing. Some marriages fail, some succeed.
My marriage ended and I'm standing on that.
Okay.
Okay? You're not going to slay me. Yeah.
But she said something about just choosing the wrong people, though. So, like, are we,
Right.
people, you're not getting to know these people, and is it because we just talked about like because what they look like,
Or,
the
or we looked at them because we thought there was a need that they could fulfill, but not what you really wanted. Oh, he's okay because he'll be good for my kids, or he'll be good for this.
That's not
And
good.
then you ain't attracted to the Joker. You don't really like him, but he's okay. And then you look up in 10 years and you're like, what the fuck did I do? I did this.
What did I do? Oh.
yeah,
Hmm. But
yeah.
I think that comes along with when I married my husband. It wasn't a thought in my mind about what kind of father he would be. To be honest with you, I'm just gonna be 1,000% honest. I wasn't thinking about what kind of dad he was gonna be. I wasn't thinking about what type of provider he was gonna be. I mean, like a lot of things now in hindsight, I wish I would have thought about. Did my marriage still become successful in spite of it? Actually did. But if I had to do it over again, I would probably do things differently. I got lucky. No, I was blessed to get the person that I got because I was not in a headspace thinking about those type of things when I initially got into my relationship. Right. But I was lucky that but I did know what I did want. I knew that, and I needed somebody that was gonna love me unconditionally, like love Felicia Love. That's my maiden name. Love Felicia Love. That's what I needed. And my husband has always, from day one, been very supportive. When I told him I wanted to do a YouTube channel, he bought me a camera. He bought me a ring light. When I told him whatever thing I do, he's like 100% number one fan of anything that I ever do.
That's awesome.
I want to do records. He bought me a record player. Hey, I want to do this. He's been there. And I'm all over the place, y'all. But I'm just saying, I didn't think about that type of relationship when I got into my relationship.
Right. CJ says, but if your marriage didn't succeed and if you divorce, do we consider that a failure or a lesson? We consider that a lesson, okay? Because if I tell you the story surrounding me getting married, you may understand better, but I'm not telling all my business at the moment. Okay? So to me, my marriage ended. I said, oh my business.
I'm listening. But yeah.
Men don't appreciate women. They always take advantage of a good woman. There are some women out there that take advantage of good men. I'm sorry. On this podcast, we are not on the side of women. We're on the side of what's right.
Right.
That's right. What's right?
You are a woman and you are MF, we're going to call your ass an MF.
I have actually heard a story of a lady who, in front of some kids, slapped her husband.
No, that's so disrespectful. You should have left her ass. That's disrespectful.
Slapped him. I was like, are you serious? Yes.
That's
in
so
front of people.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
So, disrespectful.
Women can be disrespectful too.
Yeah, women, I mean, sometimes women probably deserve to get slapped, but
girl, I'd be scared to slap my husband.
I would not. That's Grace. Ain't no simping around here, brother.
First of all, if I slap my husband, he would take me to where you put the straight jacket on.
Put you to a mental hospital. Like, what is wrong with you?
You done lost your mind.
I know.
Bob says there's more good women than men. I don't know because women
I don't believe that.
Woman, honey.
I don't either.
I don't believe that.
Nope.
We cheating.
I think what a lot of people, and I told my friend this one time, and she's single. Well, a lot of people they keep looking at big picture, and I told her all you need is one. You worried about dating this one, that you need one. That's all you really need. Dating has fun, but at the end of the day, you only need one.
But in the interim, when you're trying to find the one, though, honey.
See, I said date as many as you can, but you only essentially need one.
Yes,
you know,
dating does not mean sex, guys. Let's make that clear.
Thank you. Like that's so annoying.
Yeah, people think, oh, dating Dallas and you fucking Dallas. No, you're not. I mean, sleeping with Dallas.
No.
I'm gonna say you're not doing that. You're like, so fun to date Dallas.
Yeah, date and have fun, but you only need one. You don't have to find 10 good guys. You don't have to find 30 good guys. You only have to find one. And I know that's hard to find these days, but all you need is one.
But my girlfriends who say they want to get married, they're not even putting themselves out there.
That's the problem.
It's like, put yourself out there, babes. Come on.
We on all the
they don't date online. They want to magically bump into them in the middle of the street. And I'm like,
that would be so easy though.
They don't fix themselves up. I have
where your faith is.
Like, girl, we're supposed to go somewhere. And I had a friend tell me once, it's like, okay, I'm gonna meet you at so and so and so. And she asked me, are you gonna be cute? I said, of course. I'm gonna do something. So don't you come not doing nothing. We're going out to drinks. We're not going to volunteer to pick up trash. You know, I'm gonna do something, you know. And I'm married. I ain't looking, but still, you know.
No, it's about how it makes you feel when you dress up on your feet.
But I'm like, sis, you got to get out there. You got to get out there. You got to put yourself out there. I know it's hard when you put yourself out there, and sometimes you're rejected, or maybe you don't get a swipe. Is it swipe left or right or some crap like that?
But you gotta try.
But you gotta put yourself out there. You gotta put yourself out there.
And I can see it being frustrating too, Kim. You know. You're looking for the
know.
right guy, and you didn't kiss 30 frogs. It's like, look, I'm
know.
over it. You know.
Yeah,
Now
it
it's just
happens.
like I just want to bump into him in the middle of the street. That'd be it.
So CJ says, yeah, maybe in the 90s or 80s that may have worked, but nowadays it's all about online and meeting up. That's a fact. I have met, okay, no, should I say this? No, I should not. But I have met, I have met some really nice men online, and some of us are friends because we didn't gel romantically, but we
Right.
were cool.
Cool.
And those
Yep.
are people like if I friend zone you, you never coming out the friend zone, baby. If we friend zone,
Hey.
that's where
Or
you're gonna stay.
get into some single clubs. Don't they still have those?
I don't do all that. I don't know.
What is a
They
single
do at
club?
church.
You know,
They do at church. I was thinking
No,
about
girl,
it.
that's the worst place to meet somebody.
with
No,
the most,
I'm saying I'm sure they have single clubs out there.
the most hoes. Let me tell you, my most hoish experiences, or they're trying to be hoes, have been the pastors, the reverends with the white collars. They're the worst. They have. That's my experience now. They want to first lady you up immediately. You tell them, "I will fuck up your church, guy. I'm not the prettiest person. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm not white like that." So I tell them straight up. They say, "No, they can change you. No, you won't." Because you can tell. Like, CJ says, "The fuck is a single club, Kim."
That's what
Wow.
I said. What-
First of all, CJ's like
I think there are
19.
clubs out there, CJ, where single people get together and they meet up and they do single stuff together.
Like
You
go
know?
bowling together or something. A
Oh,
whole bunch of people.
Yeah. Or meet up for drinks at a mixer. Or
But see, I'm not drinking on the first dates. I don't drink when I go out. I have no alcohol drink. I just
I do.
soda. No, not with the man I don't know. I'm not drinking. I'm not because I'm a lightweight. I know this. I'm not. If I drink, I will nurse a drink, and I may drink half of it, and that's it. But I'm not really drinking. That's just for me. That's how I govern myself. Like I know
I
myself
would.
because after one glass, I need to take a nap.
Not a nap.
Girl, it's serious.
you are a lightweight.
No,
Yeah, you're very lightweight. See,
Yeah.
my problem is I don't drink. I wouldn't drink on the first date because I get to talking. Y'all think I'm talking now? I get to really just talking, and telling you a lot. So
Be like, okay.
all my business. No. Okay, let me see what she there says. She then drinks make your night go really good or really bad. No, I want to make a decision in my right mind.
right.
You might look really good in your bullshit conversation. I'll be like, well, maybe I can go for that. Nah,
I can't relate at all to any of this. Because I will get drunk. Sometimes it goes really good, sometimes it goes really bad. So I don't do it all the time though. I've slowed down.
I actually feel like I'm in control of myself. Not there, myself.
Yeah.
Because my experience, do you experience, well, you single, Tonya, do they always try to kiss you on the first date?
Yeah.
It's, girl, like, I don't know you, sir. Your mouth could have been in someone's booty hole, and
Ugh.
I can't do it. I'm like, not the
You gotta master the art of it. And they go to give you a hug and you turn to the side real quick.
But why would they want to kiss
Go lean
you?
down to kiss you.
Girl, I would tell y'all where I would be. I would be at those tech, what do you call them? Conventions with the nerds. That's what I.
Hey, so
There you
me,
go.
me and my best
There you
me and this
go.
girl I grew up with. We
Yes,
were talking
There
this
you
weekend.
go.
They want
This, like, we were
to.
talking this weekend and we were like, hey, we're gonna start like doing stuff because the kind of men we want to meet versus the kind that we usually choose. Like we need to start, we're about to go golfing.
Yep.
We're gonna go
Exactly.
Like,
You gotta
what-
put yourself, you gotta put yourself in that
Uh-huh.
environment if that's what you want.
Yo, this man is lying. This man is lying. He said, what the hell on the first date? Man, hell no. Knowing what I know about you, CJ, you are trying to do more than kiss on the first date, sir.
Yeah, you will, CJ. But see, we're talking about older men. We're not talking about like 22.
Yeah.
Like you just go straight for the kill. They try to like, don't know.
I can't tell you how many times they caught the side of my head or the top of my head.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't even know what's going to happen. They just. And
Oh
then
no, I said they don't do that. That's me.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, I tell them I
What?
don't kiss on dates. Like I don't do that.
And you get a side hug. Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. It depends on how good you look though. Because if you look really good, I'll give you a front hug, not a side hug.
Oh, CJ says, hey, that just means you ain't got no risk. You're supposed to know when it's okay to go for it.
Okay.
But I will say, I have the type of personality where sometimes I can make people feel like they're really in that thing, and you're not. I'm trying to be kind. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes,
So are you BSing these guys, Robbie, and why they feel like they are in and they're not?
because I'm smiling. Because what do I look like when I don't smile, guys?
The fact that I busted out laughing says a lot. Like, yeah,
okay, this is my first time I'm smiling. I must look at you across the table and say, I don't. So I'm smiling and I'm engaged and I'm listening, even though sometimes I zone off because it's bullshit. But I can come back and pick up on the tail end of what you said, because most of the time they're not that smart anyway. And by the time it's done, you really think I like you, and I don't.
Has anyone ever told you, Robbie, my ancestors are from Africa?
Girl,
That's
serious?
let me get out of here. Let me leave.
I hear so much shit. CJ says, no, I'm just saying, I always get the front hug. Sometimes I get a little more. It just depends on the setting. I bet you do, because you come with that kissing bullshit. I was like, boy, bye. You're lying. Because, hold on, have you all seen CJ's page? Has anybody seen CJ's social media?
No. What is he on?
He's on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, I need to go check him out.
CJ is a nice-looking young man.
He really is. He's handsome.
And he works out.
And he works out, and he's tall. So girls like him. I said girls. I'm sure women do too. But he's just sitting there fronting. Good plan.
Yeah, my friend, she told me she went on this date, y'all. This guy, he was checkbox. And she said when she met him in real life, he was 6'5". He had hazel eyes. He had a chiseled body.
Jesus.
Like, this is a dream, right? So they, he says, he tells her hi. He kind of waves at her. She said, "Girl,
how was the breath?"
He got the talking. She said his teeth were all over the place, and they were yellow. And she said it looked like he never flossed a day in his life. And she was like,
I can't do bad teeth. I can't.
Why? She said I could have done without the 6-pack. I could have done without the hazel eyes, but the teeth. I said, yes.
I can't do teeth. I eat just teeth. Come on.
My situation is always like they going through a struggle and they need
They were fighting for a position. Looked like he had been chewing on rocks.
They fighting for a position.
And they were yellow.
Fighting for a position.
But hold on though. Did she not FaceTime me before they went out?
Yeah, and she said he barely opened his mouth. Like,
and they know how to do that.
Right,
the
they
ones
know
with the
how
messed
to
up teeth, they know how to and not laugh and show teeth or all that.
No guy really smiles on their profile pic. They kind of just,
But so did she FaceTime and have? Because let me tell y'all, I saw some beautiful pictures until we FaceTime. I FaceTime with one guy, y'all.
She said the wrong one. Like, oh.
I was like, what the fuck is this? Because he was like, oh, you look at your pictures? Yes, I look like my pictures, but you sure as hell don't. Like, those pictures 10 years old.
He was expecting you not to look like yours either.
But hold on, maybe so. But the thing is, look like they were about 10 years old. No. What is your current picture? No, that shit pisses me off because you're the first one to say, oh, we can't fish in them because you're taking pictures from certain angles and you go. But still, what about your ass? CJ says, Grace, are you telling me older people are going in for the kiss now? And when we mean kiss, we're talking about like kiss on the cheek? No! Or we're talking about kiss some first. I'm talking about kiss on the lips with tongue, sir.
Trying to touch a boob.
Right. They try to grab the side of your boob.
Yeah, they try.
They slick with it though.
Okay.
Yeah.
What they want to feel if it's real, or what they just want to sneak up.
I don't
like, what are you doing?
I think it's disrespectful. Don't touch me. Like, I don't want to be touched on the first dates. Anyway, guys.
I don't know who it is.
Well, Well,
And I don't mean that type of touch. You know, it's some guys that you just want to kind of be close to, not
well,
sex with.
I will say, I have kissed on the first dates, but it. Let me see if I should say this. No, but I have, and it wasn't. He wasn't a person that was, because you can feel when a man is over, when a man is over sexual. Because you know, I'm talking about when a man want to jump you. It wasn't like that, and we're still cool to this day.
I remember when I was dating, I met this guy. We were having a drink, and I had like a little cherry in my drink, and he put the cherry in his mouth and pulled it out with a knot in it. I was like, I'm done.
No, that's too much.
You too advanced for me.
Man, that's too much.
He just said, laughing my ass off. We know you kissed my uncle on the first day.
What's your uncle look like, CJ? What's your uncle look like? Send him on. Hook her up.
Because I mean, I'm taking applications. So who's his uncle? What do he look like?
Yeah, what does he do?
What
What do you do?
I mean, because yeah. Anyway, Kim keeps messaging me that she got to go. He just says, laughing my ass off. Felicia had a freaky eight. What?
That's what that
yes,
means,
he was.
He was.
He wanted to show her what he could do.
And you know what? And I'm embarrassed to say, but I tried to do that and tried to do that. I was like, you know?
No, I'm with you. No, I'm always trying to. I'm like, how the fuck they do that? Like,
Yeah, how do you
know?
And it was fat, y'all. It was like he took it and he ate it, then he put it in his mouth, and then he put it back out, and he had a knot. I was like, I'm done. You too much. I'm not trying to stalk you or that like that because you too advanced. You too advanced.
CJ, he's my uncle, but he literally looks like me if I was maybe 15 years older. CJ, where he stay and
yeah, I'm like, oh shit. Well, Robbie, I don't want him.
Okay. If he's CJ, is he like you, or is he? Anyway, I'll see that.
Mature now. He's mature now.
Mature.
He's mature. Okay.
Mature.
Okay, Kim is burning on the inside. Can you feel the energy, guys? Can you feel the energy?
Yes, I have something I have to do at 8, so I gotta go.
Okay.
Hi guys, we didn't finish talk about everything on the topic, but I enjoyed you guys tonight. Thank you, audience, for tuning in. And we will see you guys next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
I mean, she gone, y'all.